I was just sharing this actually backstage. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. I think I'm in the right place.
Yeah.
But the world, I think what I love about fantasy and sci-fi so much is that it creates these worlds. I mean, just even getting to reading is one of my passions as well. And sci-fi and fantasy just takes you out of whatever your current environment is, and I think that's one of the reasons that I care about it so much. So getting to obviously play in the world of what I'm either reading and just with these scripts with our writers, it's so special getting to just dive in and create a character that way. So I really relate to that, and I think Harry Potter is something we've all grown up with, and it's just one of the most special worlds that I think they did an amazing job world building,
Yeah.
and even the way that they articulated the movies through what everyone read in the books, I think they did a really beautiful job.
They did, and it's kind of an escape, isn't it, when you get lost
100%.
in that world? Now, I have to ask: have you met anyone from Harry Potter, as far as the actors at Comic Cons or anyone like that?
I haven't.
Or would you like to?
Oh, of course I would. Of course I would. I'm a huge fan. Obviously, I think I've seen a lot of people dressed up today as different houses, which has been a lot of fun. I've taken the test multiple times, and I'm a Gryffindor. So that was. It's nice to get the clarification of taking it more than once and then knowing, yeah, okay, I did it correctly.
Did you feel inside like you were a Gryffindor? Did you know intrinsically that you were a Gryffindor?
To be honest, yes, but it was actually really fun getting to read the description of the other houses because after reading the description, I was a little bit less sure
Yeah.
at first, but it's fun to do.
Well, we have so many Harry Potter fans here, and I'm a Harry Potter fan too. I wish I could be like, here's Daniel Radcliffe, and then you could meet him. But, unfortunately today that's not going to happen. Let's go ahead and get to our fabulous questions here. We're going to go to microphone number 1 over here on the right. Feel free to introduce yourself. How are you?
Hi, I'm Haley.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I was wondering if there was any characters that you felt like fit you best.
Oh, that's a really good question. Well, I will say I played a character named Jessica Olsen in Starstruck. And we have some fans here. I'm glad that you guys got to see it. What was really cool about shooting that movie was I felt like I was her for different moments, like getting to experience LA for the first time. I really got to do through the film. And what was really cool in this movie, we went to a lot of different locations in California, like Malibu and the Hollywood sign. And so I was actually a tourist in the film, just like my character. So that was really, really cool. Different other characters. I did a TV show called Tell Me a Story. And she got to be in New York. And that was so magical. Getting to film in some of the locations that we filmed in was truly a bucket list for me. And so I guess that doesn't really answer the question, but that was one of my favorites to get to film for that reason.
Yeah. Getting to see the sights. Thank you so much. Great question. We're going to go to microphone 2 here on the left. Hello.
Hi, Danielle.
Hi.
So, my name's Hannah, and my question is, if you had 3 wishes, what would they be and why?
3 wishes and a woof. 3 wishes. Well, right now, I think the little woof was, I would love to have my dog here with me right now. That would be so special. His name is Maximus, and he would just be sitting on the sofa here. He's very well behaved, but that would be nice to have him here. I'm guessing I can't wish for more wishes, so the second one, honestly, I wish I could stay longer. I mean, this has been such a nice trip and getting to hop around in Europe. Honestly, America is amazing, but you're able to get to different countries so quickly here. It is so, and I know that a lot of you have had long travel days, so I do completely understand that, but the railways and the way that everything operates here is so quick. It's so nice. You can spend like 6 hours on the plane, not even just taking the airport time, but to get from Los Angeles to New York, it takes a long time. So wish I could stay here a bit longer, and I would love the strike to be done so that we could be getting back to work, but I'm very proud that we're fighting for what we need to be fighting for.
Beautifully said. And kudos to you for making it a trip where you got to see some stuff before you got to work. Now, we have another question. Let's go to the same microphone, number 2. Hi there.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Faith. My question is, what's your favourite memory?
Filming or in general?
Just in general.
Oh boy.
It's like Oprah. We're going to get deep on this couch. Like, what's your favorite memory?
Favorite memory? Oh, gosh. My favorite recent memory is I'm recently engaged, and
Woohoo!
my fiance did a really, really good job, and it was a really special. We were in the mountains, and it was a really special. Yeah, that's my favorite so far, I guess. Thank you for the question.
Isn't it so fun to say fiance? Because you know it's kind of a fleeting, like, are you enjoying saying the word fiance now?
Oh, I totally am. I keep forgetting, and I keep saying boyfriend, and then he keeps correcting me, which is actually really sweet too. So it's really fun though.
Great question. Thank you. We'll go to, there's a question right behind you. Yep.
Hi, my name's Katie, and my question is, if you could travel anywhere, where would it be?
Great question. I'd really, really love. Currently, I'd really love to go to Japan. I've never been, and it takes a long time to get there from America, but it's supposed to be. I think it would be just really, really magical. I love the food. The food is incredible too. I'm a big foodie. Yeah, and I'd love to experience the culture and kind of hop around over there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good question. We'll go back to microphone number 1 here on the right. Hi there.
Hi, I'm Alicia. And I was wondering, because you filmed like some really emotional scenes, what would be like your biggest tip on like getting into the character and feeling the emotions that the character's feeling?
It's a great question, and actually, depending on what the scene is, I have a slightly different answer. The easiest thing to me, typically, it's I'm putting myself very much in the scene, so kind of there's usually high stakes happening. I think the hardest scenes to film are really when your character, when everyone else would be finding whatever's happening really funny, and your character happens to be very emotional. Those are difficult to film because in no way, shape, or form are you feeling sad. But when somebody that you care about, when you're watching someone, dying in front of you, or there's high stakes and everyone's kind of running with that energy, it kind of makes it easier to put yourself in that position to just kind of, you're manipulating your emotions is what you're doing. So it's hard. It's not an easy thing, but I think I find it easier when the stakes are really hard and difficult. Different things you can do is thinking of something really sad and drawing on a painful memory. I have some nightmares, which I think everyone can relate to. Some nightmares can bring up some memories, or just the nightmare itself is hard enough. There's a lot of people use tear sticks. They're like, I don't even know what they really are, but it's kind of like a minty thing that's happening for your eyes. So that can happen a lot. Often too, even if people can produce real tears with the emotions, with so many takes, it's sometimes your eyes just stop producing. So that's used a lot in film too. But yeah, I think it's unique to each person, and then it's also unique to kind of what the scene is, what's happening in the scene.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Great question. We've got a question here on microphone 2 on the left.
Hi.
Hi, Danielle. My name's Bethany, and I'm wondering what your favourite food is.
My favorite food? Oh, chocolate chip cookies is probably not an answer, but it's an honest one. I am a sucker for a home-baked chocolate chip cookie. And then outside of that, I mean, I love different cuisines. I think I've moved a lot when I was growing up, when I was quite a bit younger, and so I love lots of different cuisines. So chocolate chip cookies, the easiest singular thing I can go to.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Classic
It's a classic.
Answer.
Yeah.
Well, so you mentioned you're a foodie. If we're all coming to your house for a dinner party, I just invited everybody. I hope that's
Great.
okay.
Everyone's coming.
What would you be preparing? Are you a cook? And even if you're not, what would you want everyone to be eating? What's your favorite kind of meal?
I love to cook, and I can say that if you were at my house, probably over a couple weeks, we wouldn't be having just one cuisine. We'd be having Italian, we'd be having Turkish, we'd be having, I made a really amazing curry the other night. I guess it's 2 weeks ago now, but I love cooking. My mom was one of the most incredible cooks. She still is, but, and then when I lived in Asia, in Singapore for a couple of years when I was younger, and my mom took a bunch of cooking classes there as well. She loves kind of taking a class in different places she visits, and I've taken that out of her book. I've worked with a Moroccan chef in in LA that I think she's incredible. So I love spice. I love ingredients. I love fresh ingredients. I go to my farmer's market very often, which here I think the UK does an amazing job of all using kind of farm to table type fresh ingredients, which is amazing. Yeah. But I love cooking fish. My mom didn't like handling fish when I was younger, so that was the thing. I was like, well, I'm going to learn how to do that. Yeah. And so I love cooking fish, like a salmon or anything fresh. I really, really enjoy.
Yeah, we love that.
Yeah.
We've got a question over here, microphone number 1 on the right.
Hi.
Hi, my name's Eve, and my question is, if there's a TV show you could watch again for the first time, what would it be?
Peaky Blinders. I've finished, and also I'm now watching for a second time Suits. What else do I really like? I mean, I think the UK has some of the best TV too. I've watched Fleabag. I've been sharing that with my parents to watch because the humor is just fantastic. Peaky Blinders would be an easy, I'm excited to watch that again a second time.
Great question. Do you have a show that, we were talking about this a few Comic Cons ago when everyone was, on lockdown during COVID and everyone had that show that was like their comfort show. Like sometimes it doesn't have to be something that's super sitcom or funny, but is there a show that you like to have on, it makes you feel kind of safe and comfortable?
I do have an answer to that, and I'm trying to think. I watched so much TV, you guys. So much to the point where I think I had like an evening show for like after dinner, and then and then a different show that I would like to watch before going to bed.
Yeah. What else is there to do? Nothing, right?
Well, there was that chapter for sure where it was like, I don't know. Yeah. It really made me appreciate this industry and getting to. We get to create entertainment, and like a source of some of the biggest compliments have been people sharing that while something was really terrible happening in their life and they got to escape with one of our shows, and it's the biggest compliment in the world. I think names are escaping me at the moment, but I love what I do, and I love that I get to meet you guys right now. This is just this is a dream for me. So thank you.
Love that.
Yeah.
Round of applause. All the feels on our first panel of the day. We love to see it. We've got a question over here, microphone 2 on the left.
Hi, my name's Nancy. My question is, on originals, if you could play anyone, who would it be?
Great question. I think Phoebe's character Haley was such a badass. Excuse my French. I think the character was a lot of fun. Also, Klaus, I would actually really have loved to play him. He's going to be here tomorrow. But yeah, Joe did such a great job, and it's just such interesting characters. I mean, I love getting to root for the bad guy, and that's really cool. And then Charles Michael Davis plays Marcel, and the King of New Orleans. I mean, that's just really cool.
Thank you.
Thank you. We too
Thank you
love
for
the
your
bad
question.
guys. Ian and Paul, they say that every panel. They go, why do you like us? We do horrible things. Therapy needed. My gosh. We're going to go all the way up to the microphone here on our right, number 3. Hi there.
Hi, my name's Sophie, and I was wondering if you had any tips for actors or actresses, what would it be?
Ooh, yes. The biggest thing to me that I think is keep learning. I've been acting now for over 10 years, and I'm still learning. I still love to be a student. Any actor that you work with, they can teach you something, even if you view them as not being as good, right? I think that there are no bad actors. I think there's always more to learn. We're lucky to be continuing to be students. I think that's just one of the coolest things about living, and seek out learning from new people, because I think you can follow one person for a very long time, and you can get down exactly what they've learned, and I think you can learn more though, So I think learning from new teachers, learn from your fellow other students, and keep watching the people that you admire, watch them in other things, because that's the best thing about acting is you get to play different characters. I think it's a blast. You get to be in different worlds. You get to see how they operate. And I love the questions of like, what do you like to do and like the process of acting, because it's so interesting and everyone has a different answer. And you're gonna have to find what really works for you. So don't be afraid to try different things. Don't be afraid to take chances and take risks. Making mistakes are the best way to learn. And honestly, that's I think how I've learned the most. And failing is a great learning tool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. We're getting an education here, guys. We love that. A lot of aspiring actors and creatives at Comic-Con, so that's really appreciated the
No,
advice.
it's awesome.
We've got a question over here at microphone 4 up on the top left.
Hi, Danielle.
Hi.
My name's Lewis. My question would be, do you think Davina, by the end of the originals, liked or hated the brothers still, the original ones?
Liked or hated what?
The original brothers, do you reckon by the end of it she liked them, or do you reckon she still hated them?
I mean, they're her in-laws, right? They're so. I think she liked them. I think she had a different understanding of them, especially towards the end, because she's had all of these battles. She's been through pain, and I mean, she died enough times too. So I think she's at a different point in life. I think that's also why she left. To start a new chapter. So I think she's forgiven, and I think in a twisted way she probably also considers them partly her family still.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks.
Love that layered answer. We have a question over here at microphone number 1.
Hi, my name is Ruby, and my question
Hi.
is, if you could be any supernatural creature, what would you be and why?
Ooh. I loved being a witch. I think there's just endless things that witches can do, especially if you take in other universes in, which I think is a really fun component to it. I would have loved to be a vampire. I think they're just so sexy and dark and creepy and cool. So that's probably another answer. If I could have, I think it would be really cool to have a dragon. I don't know if anyone else agrees, but to be able to ride a dragon would be one of the coolest things in the world that I can think of.
Pet dragon, and then you have
pet dragon.
Maximus as well.
Exactly.
Do they get along?
Yeah, Max would definitely think he's top dog, for sure. But yeah, to have a dragon would be pretty sick. That doesn't answer your question, but I think the other ones kind of did.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll go to microphone number 2.
Hi.
Hi.
If you're in the Vampire Diaries, which character would you want to be?
Oh, in the Vampire Diaries. That's a good question. I think to be. I think being Ian's character would have been a blast because he was just trouble. It's probably a lot of people's answer, but I think that's kind of why. Paul would hate that I just said that. Him and I have worked together, but
Just between us, you know?
just between us, you'll keep it a secret.
Yeah, between us. We're still coming over for dinner, so just our little group here. We've got a question at number 1.
Hi, Danielle.
Hi.
My name's Ames, and my question is, if there was to be a movie made about your life, who would you want to play you?
I love Margot Robbie. I think she's amazing, and I'd be honored.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll go to number 2 here.
Hi, I'm Claudia.
And I'm Paula.
And we are from Spain.
Welcome. Hi.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And our question to you is...
What country would you like to travel to that you haven't visited yet?
Ooh, that I've never been to. I mean, I said I'd love to see Japan. I would love to go back to Spain, by the way. I've been there a long time ago when I was about 19. Did the south of Spain, Valencia, and down further. And I did Barcelona too. Beautiful country. Yeah, Japan I think is the next place that I've never been and would really, really love to visit.
Round of applause all the way from Spain. Muchas gracias. How cool is that? We're getting global here at Comic-Con Liverpool. It just shows how you have reached so many people all over the world making memories with us. So
Well,
thank
it's
you.
just so cool. Everyone's come here just to come and say hi to everyone. It's just such a blast. I mean, I came from LA, so I'm very happy that you guys have had me, so thank you.
God, that flight, right? Did you fly direct? It's awful.
No, well, I flew direct from LA to Paris.
Oh my gosh, how many
It's a
hours?
long flight, but it's okay.
Oh,
We're here. The jet lag, oh my gosh, for 5 days, I was up and down with just not sleeping correctly, so it took me a minute to hop on the right time
Tips
zone.
for jet lag. I always want to ask the actors this because you travel so much. Because I'm a zombie. I go back to
I'm
America all the
still
time.
learning them, because if anyone else has one, I'd love to know, because I haven't figured it out.
Give us a
suffer through it.
Please. We have a question over here at number 1.
I'm too small for the microphone. Hi, my name's Alexis, and my question is, if you didn't pursue acting, what other career do you think you would have pursued?
It's such a fun question to think about, because acting, I get to do anything. You know, like I used to say when I was 10, this is right before I started acting, I either wanted to be Indiana Jones, an astronaut, or a spy.
Ooh.
Knowing how most of those jobs go, I probably wouldn't want to actually do them now. But I'm not really sure. To have all the adventures Indiana Jones did, that sounds pretty epic. To be a spy and kick butt all the time, would love that. But I can do those in this job. That's why I love it so much. If I wasn't an actor, I think it would be really cool to be involved in like the high-end art scene, and there's there's art heists, and I don't know, I find that world so fascinating.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for your
Did you ever watch Riviera? That's her job. She's like a high-end art dealer. I always thought that was Riviera.
Riviera.
With oh gosh, help me with her name. Julia Stiles. Great fashion in it too.
What is? I mean, you can tell me what it's on here, and that won't matter.
Sky here, but yeah, I don't know. It's an American, a lot of American actors, but yeah.
Okay, well, I'll have to check that out.
You're on a lot of planes. I'm sure you need more stuff to be watching, right? Yes. We'll get back to the spy movies too. I want to talk about that. We've got a question here at number 2.
Hi, I'm Sam.
Hi.
Hi. If you was stranded on a desert island, what 3 items would you take with you?
Okay, if I were to make them not survival things, because I feel like I could go that route, but don't need to do. That's not fun. I'd want to bring, if I could bring a Kindle of some kind, that way I could get books right after another. That would be great. I would just hope that there's really good food on the island.
Chocolate chip cookies.
Like Saint-Tropez or something.
And I'd love to bring some friends and some good music. I guess I don't think those are items I could I don't know. It's my island. I'm going to bring them.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's your fantasy. And some chocolate chip cookies. Throw those in too.
Chocolate chip cookies, of course.
We've got a question here from the lovely lady in pink at number 1.
Hi, I'm Sophie.
Hi.
I just wanted to see if there's any book or book series that you'd recommend.
I'm currently reading Dune and really loving it. I finished reading the first of the Crescent City books by Sarah. I don't know if anyone knows those books, but it's like fantasy type. That's fantastic. Just read the first one. I'm going to start reading the second one at some point. And then Woman on Fire. That's a heist, an art heist book, and that was a lot of fun to read. They're going to make that a movie, and fingers crossed, I hope I can audition for it.
Ooh.
Thank you.
We're putting that out there in the universe. You know that the producers are probably watching right now. You know.
I mean, I'm hoping they are.
You heard it here first. Comic-Con exclusive. We have a question all the way up at the top, microphone number 3.
Hi.
Hi. We all know that you keep up with the originals cast, but just still speak to Sterling Knight. Have any contact with him?
I haven't talked to Sterling. I think it could be also just difference in we haven't seen each other in years. But if I were to see him, we would have an amazing time catching up with one another. Him and I got along really, really well.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you.
We've got a question here at number 2.
Hi, my name's Lacey, and
hi, Lucy.
Who do you think's the most powerful witch, Bonnie Bennett or Davina Claire?
Davina Claire.
Thank you.
There was no hesitation there. We love to see it. Question over here at number 1.
Hi. When you were working on Race to Win, what was it like working with horses?
I love horses. I grew up riding equestrian. Equestrian riding is some of the most fun in the world. My uncle he lived in Montana, had a ranch out there, so I grew up riding Western, and then competitively I did English saddle. The film was interesting because there was a lot of kind of confusion, I think, as to, I won't bore you with that. Anyway, how fun, I had a blast working with the horses. I think horses are one of the most beautiful, majestic creatures. And I mean, I would love to do another horse film because I really enjoy it. It's a different experience getting to work with an animal where, you're not just saying, hey, move here, but to see how quickly, I mean, these horses are often trained to be able to operate very, very well with a camera too, which is really fascinating. They're so intelligent. So I loved it. It was really a special experience.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We've got a question over here at microphone number 2.
Hi, Danielle. I'm
Hi.
Sergi. My question is, after play the witch, do you have any mystical rituals or are you into a spiritual world?
So, some of my girlfriends are really into full moon rituals and actually will share, everyone, we have like a group text for and we call it the witches. And basically it's just kind of reminding everyone when it's a full moon because there's extra power. So it's whenever you can put and manifest anything that you want to kind of put out into the universe, putting extra thought and intention into it. I think that doesn't hurt anybody. And then the thing that I guess I'm very ritualistic with is my skin products. I guess I love to have a nice glowy skin to go to bed with, but that's less fun to share.
No, a witch needs her potions, am I right?
That's so true.
Just saying.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm so glad you asked. Great question. That you guys all great questions. But now we're talking about witches. We are in spooky season. So how will you be celebrating Halloween this year?
This year I'm going to be on a plane.
No.
It's great though. One of my best girlfriends is getting married, so I'm going to be celebrating and seeing her. And then, actually, that's on the 30th. So on the 31st, I'm going to be with my brother, visiting him in Atlanta. So that'll be a lot of fun. So we'll probably do something. I don't think we've planned it, but we'll have to figure that out.
I feel like Halloween is getting bigger and bigger in the UK every year. Who's a fan of Halloween here? Who's excited for it? Yes. Do you have a favorite Halloween costume that you wore from like when you were a child up to now?
Oh my gosh, I was an M&M. Probably my favorite candy, weirdly enough, but also not. I was an M&M apparently 2 years in a row. I was the red M&M, and that was it. I have to find pictures of that costume. I'm kind of
I wish we had it to put on the screen.
So
right
do
now.
I.
That would be
just
awesome.
to look back up to it. But no, I was an M&M. That was quite funny. I was a number of princesses, I've found out. Yeah, I think my best costume has yet to come, so I need to put some thought into that one.
We're going to stay tuned, and we'll stay tuned on your Instagram because you're so lovely to post behind the scenes content, so we'll be keeping updated. We've got a question here at microphone number 2.
Hi, my name's Holly, and I was just wondering, in the originals, which person do you prefer who played Colt, like Nate or Daniel?
Oh, people love asking this question. It's so funny. To be honest with you, what's really cool about the Coles, I'll call them, on the show is that they did a great job playing a similar character, the kind of smart-ass type guy, very charming. Both of them are very much like that in person. I'd say Nate is a lot goofier than Daniel. Daniel's got like a bit more of they both have a very dry humor, which is amazing. But to be honest, I mean, I can't say I preferred one or the other. It's because they're different people, you know. And also Davina got to be with 2 very handsome men. So why make her pick? That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great question. Thank you. If you guys have any more questions, we'll take a final one or maybe two if we have time. So don't be shy. Final questions. We're going to ask for those in a moment. I have to ask, again, just between us, romantic scenes and getting in that romantic space. How is that a tedious thing to do? Is it awkward? I mean, you know them as your coworkers and friends, right?
Yeah, I've been really lucky. The guys that I've had scenes with, or women in some of the scenes, I've had such an amazing experience and like rapport with them. Really friendly with everybody to the point where we're still really good friends. So I've heard horror stories. I haven't experienced any. Honestly, it's so interesting because I think as an actor, it's not what it looks like on screen when everyone's watching is so not the experience shooting those scenes. Like those love scenes are very, they're very awkward, and it's done very professionally. And when I say professional, it's very much like, even the way it's talked about is very much like, okay, so like the kiss happens and then you go over here. It's like everything's very structured and very, the romance I always find is so fascinating to see how it all comes together. And that's very much credit to the actors, but then the editors and everyone else involved, because it's so not that on the day. It's always an experience. I've had a very good experience with everyone that I've worked with, so I've been very fortunate.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
We have two final questions, and we'll start at the top, microphone number 4.
Hi.
Hi.
My name's Peter. What's something you've stolen from a set?
Allegedly.
Yes.
I've got a really cool I worked on in New York on stage on Broadway, and I have this amazing an amazing letter that my character was writing on during one of the scenes, and that's special to me because that was my first time on stage there. So that was really, really special to me. Some of the clothes. Still wear a lot of those leather jackets. I'm a big leather fan, apparently. Getting to work on these projects are really, really special. It's cool. Thank you for your question.
Thank you. We've got a final question here at microphone number 2.
Hi, I'm Lisa Marie.
Hi.
I just wondered if you'd ever struggled as a female in the industry, like with the constant beauty standards and things that a lot of men aren't subject to as much.
I so appreciate your question and his remark. I think what's weird, and I don't even know if it's just this industry, but social media plays a huge part in, I think, the way that we all view ourselves now. And I'd be lying if I didn't say, like, I don't care about anything. I try to remind myself what's important. That being said, I think it's a normal struggle now for everybody, and it's interesting kind of watching that play out in my younger cousins or my niece. It's just a strange. I think the fact that everyone's talking about it more is probably one of the most important things that could be happening for our generation and for the future ones, because unless we're talking about it, no one's aware of the internal battle, and it's not being made. It's not being made normal to know that feeling insecure is one of the more normal things that we could be feeling. Natural. It's a natural thing to feel insecure or to compare yourself to other people, but in reality, all we can control is ourselves, the way we communicate and share ourselves with people, with the world, and how we do that. And I think it's it has to be an ongoing conversation. And I've definitely struggled with it with work, because in my mind, I'm thinking well, maybe if I was this, then I would have booked the role, or if I was this, then I would have done something. But you can't think that way. And I have to remind myself that, and I can only continue to try to remind any other girl or boy. I don't think it is just for one girl, or I don't think it's particular to just women. I think our world is becoming that much more outwardly faced, and we need to continue to see if we can focus back onto what's important, what's inside. And that sounds so cheesy, forgive me, but it's so true. And I think that we need to start seeing that as not a cheesy thing to talk about.
Beautifully said. Yes, round of applause for that. Social media is a tough one, and as we were saying, you have such a gorgeous Instagram and you let people into your lives in some ways, but there's also got to be a line, right, in terms of privacy and sharing specific moments. Is that something that you kind of think about? Like, how much of me do I want the world to see? How much do I keep kind of behind a private wall?
Yeah, it's also interesting because sometimes there's more that I want to be sharing, but then then I start overthinking things, and I'm like, why I'm so then I've become more fascinated with like, what is my internal process as to why I'm posting something. Yeah. I have an easy time posting when I'm working because I love sharing what I'm doing, and that's what social media started with for me. So I've never had the personal relation to it that the majority of the world has. That being said, so much of our job has now become about our personal lives and how we share that through social media. So that's been a big learning curve for me because I'm learning how to do that when I'm not working, and what I want to share, what I don't want to share, and then also the people surrounding me, what they're comfortable with, because there's so many people who are not comfortable being shared and having those conversations. And it's I think over asking is more important now than ever, just to make sure someone else is comfortable. But yeah, I think these are things we're going to continue to learn about, and I'm curious to kind of see how I handle it, how the rest of the world handles it, but know that nobody's alone when anything feels uncomfortable, or if you're feeling insecure about something or over-analyzing things, just like breathe and acknowledge that you're not by yourself in it, because everyone's dealing with it in their own way.
Very well said. Gosh, this is like Super Soul Saturday. I love this. Just a little dish. Danielle, you have been so lovely. We so appreciate your candor and all of the behind-the-scenes stuff that you shared with us today. But any final words for your adoring fans before we let you get back to the autograph area?
Oh, I'm so grateful that you guys were here and to have me. I'm so happy to be here and to be not only in Europe but in Liverpool with you all. This is so much fun for me. And to get to hear how the shows that I've worked on or that other people have worked on, how it's meant the world to you. I can't tell you how much that means to us. So thank you for sharing. Thank you so much for your kind words. And I can't wait to meet some more of you this weekend. I hope you guys have so much fun, too.
Yes, thank you. You've made so many great memories. Looking forward to meeting all of you guys, so don't miss her at the autograph area and the photo ops. Liverpool, please make some noise for the beautiful Danielle Campbell. Thank you so much. Keep it going, Liverpool.
Bye, guys. Thanks so much.